Hey everyone, it's Lindsay from My Crafty Plans. Welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome. Today I have another weekly planning routine video. So I'm going to be doing my full planning routine to get all ready for the week ahead. We're going to be doing some goal setting in my MakseLife Quarterly Companion Notebooks. We're going to be creating a weekly overview. This week I'm going to use the MakseLife Flagship Horizontal. It's been a little while since I've used this, and I really want to play around with some pretty stickers in my horizontal layout planner. So let's have some fun with that. I'm also going to be talking a little bit about meal planning, and we will set up a daily duo spread for Monday. So if all of that sounds good, then you can stay tuned. This is going to be for the week of April 10th. We are just coming out of spring break. It is actually Saturday while I am filming this, so we still have a little bit of time, and I'm going to take the rest of the weekend to get everything all set up. We are going right back into another super busy week. Life has been very hectic lately, but I am just really feeling a very pretty stickering spread to help me stay organized for this week. So that's what we're going to do. But before we get to any of that, we are of course going to be starting with my goals. So these are my quarterly companion notebooks. Yes, I know I have another MakseLife planner here, but I actually don't use that flagship horizontal every week. I like to mix up what kind of planner I use for my weekly overview. It just depends on the kind of week I'm having. So I try out a bunch of different planners for my weekly overview, but I always use my quarterly companion notebooks to set goals. I do use the MakseLife goal setting system, and I always plan in my daily duo for my daily spreads. But I do still find it really helpful to have a weekly overview spread. That way I can kind of see the whole week all at once if I need to. Some weeks I use it more than others, just like some weeks I'm more reliant on my goals, and some weeks I'm more reliant on my daily duo. Some weeks I'm more reliant on my monthly planner, which is sitting over there. So just basically I'm team all the planners. Anyway, we are in Q2. We are officially in April. This is actually, I think, the first time I'm setting weekly actions. Oh no, it's the second time I'm setting weekly actions in April. So we will check in with my cute actions from last week. I'm really obsessed with how this turned out. I decided to go for a little bit bolder of a look because we are going into spring break. We're going to fill out my reflections, and then we are going to move on and set up some more like weekly actions. And I am going to mix up how I'm doing reflections, and I will talk a little bit more about that. So I'm just going to push the folio out of the way and we can dive in here. So grabbing some bolder pens there. This is done. We got our big vacation for next year all booked. I'm so excited. We are almost done. We're closing in on the end this week for real. It's going to be the last week, hopefully, fingers crossed, that I am writing that in my planner to finish out this big work project that I've been working on. I did get all of my April planning done, all of my April goal setting, finished out all of the last stuff that I had been working on into the beginning of the month. We did not do this, and I don't think we're gonna do it this weekend. Oh, and I actually didn't do any of this financial stuff. So whoops, I can take care of this one tomorrow. This one is gonna have to get moved. And then that's it. We've had a really good week. We had a really fun spring break. We had a lot of sick kiddos, but other than that, it was a really good spring break. So anyway, spring break thoughts. We had an amazing trip to DC. So I was back in DC, and it was kind of an impromptu trip. We were visiting friends that live kind of in between Baltimore and DC, and they live closer to Baltimore. So usually we go and visit touristy things in Baltimore when we see them, but the weather was so nice, and we decided to go into DC, and it was so much fun. And we got to do a lot more touristy stuff, which I did not get to do at Go Wild because of the schedule. So that was really fun to just kind of walk around the Capitol and all of that. Plus the kids had never seen that stuff before, so it was really fun. For Passover, I was just, it's ongoing, and honestly, we weren't really able to have the seders, the ceremonial meals, because the kids got sick after we went to DC, so everything kind of got shuffled around. But again, still had a really fun week. It's just been a little bit different than what we had planned. So I just wrote flexible, minimal, and try again next year. We still had a good time, and again, we're still having a good time, but yeah, that's just what happened. We got our big vacation booked. So next year, this was replacing the vacation, the big vacation that we were hoping to take this year, but we weren't able to make it work just because of everything that happened in the first couple months of this year. And we decided to plan a big trip with my extended family, so my parents and my brother and his family, and we are all going on a tropical resort vacation together next year, early in the year in January. I'm super excited for that. Honestly, I still got a lot done over spring break. I have unfortunately I did have to do some work over break, but I've done a pretty good job. We've still had fun. I got to go to a baseball game with my dad, and yeah, it's just been a really good week. It was also my birthday last week, which I kind of forgot about, but I'm not really a big birthday person. But anyway, I got to go to the baseball game like the day after, so that was pretty fun. And it's just, you kind of always have to be flexible. And then I've got a lot of stuff going on next week. You probably saw the post-it note on my planner with some reminders, but for this, I'm just gonna write that I'm gonna switch up my reflections because I have been doing these same questions for a really long time and I don't feel like I'm getting very much out of it right now. So I'm gonna mix it up. I'm gonna minimize it down for a little and kind of reevaluate what's going on. But so for next week, which we're gonna set up together, I'm gonna do a super minimal, I have this idea for reflections. All right. So those are my reflections there. Let's add in a little bit more color here. And these are my Moxie markers. All right, so I'm gonna leave it like that and we can roll over to the next page. And I think I'm gonna keep some of this big energy going, this kind of like bolder look in here going. I do actually really like this. So I do have my labels here from Lexie Kylee Designs, so it is week 15th and then it is the April 10th to 16th. Week 15, sorry. So I want to set up the reflections thing while I remember. So this is really, it's just going to be like 3 boxes. So we're gonna say one good thing. So we're just gonna, like I said, we're gonna simplify while I reevaluate. So we're gonna do one good thing, one not so good thing, and next week's focus. And then if I wanna use the space down here to make any more notes or anything like that, I have that space, but this is what we're gonna go with. I'm just gonna give myself a little drop shadow and make it even bolder. I was just trying to see if I had a brush pen on my desk that was black, but I don't. Let's take a look at my April goals. Look at that, I knocked out all of my fun goals for the in the first week of the month. So that's really fun, except for the one that is for every single week. But I expected the vacation thing to take a lot longer. Obviously the other 2 were designed to be this week. Okay, so finances, I will finish the monthly wrap this week. There's only one thing on this plan for this week, and you can all read what that says. It's nice and big there. This is the only thing. I have reached the end of the amount of delays I can do. Tax day is like Tuesday after this week, I think. So we better get it going. I feel like that's moving through. Oh, no, it's just shadowing a little. So that's nice and simple. Again, I'm gonna try and wrap up the month-end stuff today or this week, and then that's kind of it. Right, then let's go over to work. Hopefully writing this for the last time. I've been working on a consulting project for my freelance business and it's been getting stretched out longer and longer, but the client has officially been told that they're not allowed any more extensions. So hopefully this is it. It's supposed to wrap up on Thursday and hopefully that will be it. Then for channel stuff, I would like to I've got class. I want to make sure I'm sticking with my content plan. You may have recently seen that I had a planning video in my new Laurel Denise planner that I'm using for that. So really want to try that. And then I've just got some follow-ups that I need to do. Then for fun here, this is just going to be our regular weekend plans. I'm not going to put anything else in. And then so we've just got back to school and all of our usual routines, all that kind of stuff. We're headed back in after our spring break. So just get the kids all reacclimated and all of that. I don't think I have anything else that I need to do there. I guess I'll say, I'll give myself 2 habits for this week. phone, reactions, all that kind of stuff, and screen time. And that's me like trying not to vent frustrations out on the kids and stay patient and all of that good stuff. I don't want to bite off too much because I need to finish this work and then I need to do this. I still have like all of the master calendar stuff that I want to do, which is one of my main goals for April, but that is definitely going to have to happen after the taxes. So get through this week, and then the week after this, it's just going to be a really super big admin catch-up week because the consulting project has really been taking a lot of my time. This has been, it's like wake up and morning routine, but it's more like making good use of my morning time. And then it's just going to be like, you know, all of the planning routines. And then I'm going to save all that other stuff. I'm not even going to put it on here. If I do happen to finish my taxes and my work really early and I want to get started, that's fine. But I don't want to, I like to have enough to do, but I definitely have enough to do. I'm not worried about running out of things to do for this week. So again, we will be doing our daily stress check-in. It's supposed to be amazing weather, so definitely try and take advantage of that. This one I'm gonna still keep pretty loose and not make like full workout goals or anything for the week. I can't handle that right now. So just, you know, try and have some active time, try and have some outside time, and worry about the rest next week after the taxes are done and after the work stuff is done. It's like a trapezoid. Is that weird? I don't know, but I'm gonna do it. And then down in physical environment, this is one where I have like a lot to do, but I don't know that it's gonna be this week. So for sure, get back to the daily clean. And then maybe just like make a list of all the projects and stuff that I want to be working on the rest of the month, and then we can tackle from there. Okay, so that is the rest of this, and I am gonna make this a work focus week again. I mean, I know the taxes too, but I think the work stuff is gonna take longer than the taxes. All right, so that is my little focus for the week. And those are my weekly actions. So I'm actually gonna leave it there for tonight, and then I'm gonna come back tomorrow or in video time in just a second and set up my weekly overview. All right, so I'm gonna be using for my weekly overview these stickers from Lexie Kylee Designs. This is the honey kit. I just thought this was so pretty, so we're gonna be working with that. I think I'm gonna do the meals underneath the days of the week and leave this box to be like key events and like time sensitive things. That way I just have a little bit more space for that than I have in the past when I've done this. So I think the first thing I want to do is add in a little bit of color. Just divide up the space a little bit. It's Sunday afternoon now, and I have actually done meal planning already, but then I realized my freezer inventory list was super out of date, so I had to then change it. So now I'm just trying to remember what everything was for real. But I also want to put down, there's date covers on this, so I think we'll use those. So just get the dates covered in whiteout. These are on transparent matte stickers, and I don't want it to show through. So I don't have like a ton of, I probably will have more work meetings and stuff that gets scheduled, but I don't have a ton of that stuff right now. But I do have, I think, at least most days, at least one kind of time sensitive thing going on to put in the box. I'll work some of this deco in as well. This kit is just so gorgeous. Thursday is actually the night that Passover ends, and it's also usually our takeout night, so we're going to be getting pizza with the kids to celebrate the return of bread and bread products to our diet. So I can go ahead and put that in now. And I've also just remembered our Monday dinner, which is going to be It's a combination of the Passover stuff we still have that we haven't cooked yet, and also the amazing weather of this week, which makes me want to grill. So we're gonna have matzo ball soup, but instead of putting the chicken in it, we're gonna grill the chicken and grill veggies and have that on the side. So that's just what's happening. Because I was originally planning to make a lot more food for the Seder because we were having people over, but because the kids were sick and then the Phillies home opener was rescheduled because of rain, so our whole Seder plans got kind of jumbled up and then canceled. So we have a bunch of extra supplies that we will be using. And if you don't know, one of our main meal planning goals is actually to minimize food waste. So definitely we're working all those leftovers and all those extras in. Oh, and then this, okay, this was the one I was originally gonna have fish, but then we realized we didn't have any fish left. We're gonna need to go to the meat store again soon, but we have enough to get through the week. And you can have quinoa during Passover, but that's pretty much one of like the only grains we eat during Passover. Although now a lot of people do rice and different things like that, but that's not how I grew up doing it, so we don't do that. Also, my kids don't really like rice, so it's not that big of a deal. All right, so Wednesday I'm gonna leave blank because that was the kind of problem day, and I'm gonna see how we're feeling, at least for the meat. Veggie-wise, I know what we're having, but the meat is kind of a problem right now, so we're gonna just go with that and see how much leftovers we have as well. I'm gonna swing over to the sidebar for a second, and I have these. They're from Planner Kate, and I'm not sure if they fit in here, so I wanted to just see if they did. Not a great fit, but I think I'm gonna use them anyways. So if it's not a great fit, if you just kind of trim them down, you can make them work. And worst case scenario, you can trim them all down individually. These are ones that I bought that I thought were sized for the A5 Daily Duo, but they're sized for the 7x9 Daily Duo, and that's not the same size, so I don't actually have like a planner in this size that I use very often like this. They would, I guess, fit in my Erin Condren hourly, but I hardly ever use checklists in there. So mainly this list is going to be transferred over from my MakseLife, except that I just realized today I was working on my taxes a little bit, and I just realized that my driver's license accidentally expired, so I need to go get that fixed. I have everything I need to go and renew it. I just didn't make it to the picture in time, so I need to go do that. And then for the habits, so anything that I marked with a hexagon, and there is space for 7 habits in here, and I have 8, so 1 is gonna have to not go on or get combined. So I just combined the 2 kids ones. And I think to add in some colors, I will dot these up and then I can check them off. Monday, as far as time sensitive stuff goes, just have my class Monday night. I have a bunch of different colors to use here so we can mix it up. Tuesday morning, my mother-in-law has a doctor's appointment, and we still have not fully figured out if I'm just gonna take her, if I'm gonna just pick her up, because my husband usually will watch the baby and work from home, but he can't, so I might just pick her up and she can Uber there. Wednesday and Thursday, the little ones in preschool actually have no school for the end of Passover, which is a delight. So we will be working around that. My class is actually on Wednesday, and I have something else, a different call on Monday night. So we still have piano. There's also cleaning people day. Then on Saturday, we are actually having an egg hunt. Rescheduled. And this is something that's usually at my mother-in-law's house, but she is living with us currently. So we're gonna have some people over because we didn't get to see anyone last weekend. And then Sunday, we've got our usual kids activities and all the things. So that is the scheduling stuff that I know. So here's what I'm gonna do. One, put some deco down. So I'm going to kind of give myself like a focus for the day. I don't necessarily know exactly what it's going to be yet for every day, but for Monday, it's definitely going to be to get as much work done as humanly possible. And on Tuesday, I just realized I maybe wanted to ask for my little one to go to school. She doesn't usually go on Tuesdays, but sometimes if there's a holiday later in the week, I'll ask if she can swap in, and there is a holiday later in the week, so because I have so much work stuff going on. So I'm just gonna say confirm school schedule. I don't like to do it too often. I don't want to take advantage because they don't usually charge us for those extra days. But when I really need it, they're really flexible and lovely about letting you switch your days around. I should also have a video up for this week. And also on Friday. And then I also have a collab reel going up today. I don't usually put that stuff in here, but because it's a collab, I'm gonna put it in here. Just gonna put in some deco. Kinda randomly. I can always move it if I have to. But mostly I just end up working around it, and I don't need all of the space, so it's fun to do. Especially on the weekends when I don't end up using a ton of this space. Okay, so I think that's where I'm gonna leave my weekly overview for today. So I'm just gonna push that out of the side. I will keep going with that and update it throughout the week, just creating kind of like a daily focus every couple of days. I just kind of need to get through tomorrow. Just there's a lot up in the air. One of the kids that we thought was all better seems like they're maybe a little bit sick now. I did not use my planner this weekend, but I did use it like doing very simple spreads last week. But the last thing I'm gonna do for today is get Monday set up in my daily do-up. So the weather is supposed to be really amazing this week. Every day just gets like a little bit warmer than the one before, so that's really nice. Looking forward to some outside times. So still starting out a little bit cool, but then it just really starts to warm up a lot throughout the week. So the main things that I want to do for tomorrow are finish all of my work stuff, firm some scheduling stuff, and then a tiny bit of content stuff. But mostly going to be focused on work. Do my usual wake up stuff in the morning, and then in the kind of like extra morning time after the little ones leave for preschool, I will probably do some editing. That's good editing time. Then we have the bus, and then it's just gonna be lunch. And then depending on how much work I get done in the morning, I'll probably do more work in the afternoon, but I might just kind of leave that. Then after bedtime that night, I have the call. I'm gonna use some yellow in here with the blue. Yellow, and I've got it on my desk, and then I'm gonna grab a washi. I'm gonna leave this here, and then I will mark whether the kids are all going to school or not. That's what I'm gonna do with that area. And usually I just make a list of the stuff that I'm gonna take pictures of, although I do have like a full content planner now, so I probably won't need this eventually, but I'm just gonna leave it in there for now. Okay, so I only pulled out a couple of washis, and None of them really go with what I picked, so let me pick another washi. All right, I'm going back to my favorite new washi, the butterflies, which I used in my family organizer and my monthly planner this month. I still have that out with my monthly washis, and I'm going for it. I'm just so obsessed with this washi. I'm not usually like a huge butterfly person either, but it's just really, really pretty. All right. So that is my daily duo for tomorrow. My weekly overview again, and a last look at my MakseLife, my weekly actions. And that is everything for this week. So I hope you enjoyed this planning routine video. If you did, definitely let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And you can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok at My Crafty Plans for even more planner fun. I will talk to you all soon. Bye.